Hi, Michael Nisley with 47products.com. To get it out of the way, yes, this rifle is pointed in a safe direction, and it is unsafe. We will be working with some live rounds. Hi, so in front of us, this is the Ruger Precision Rimfire, and a whole lot of magazines. So I wanted to do a quick update video about 47 products, the products that we have available for single-shot loading systems for rifles. And this is really in response to questions that I've been getting since Elfster's Rifles and Reloading sent a video out via YouTube to his followers to talk about an issue that we're seeing with the Ruger Precision Rimfire and the BX magazines. So this is the BX15 that comes with this in more free states. So you can see there is a rocking in this front and back that can cause some issues when it comes to feeding. Specifically, the issue that you will see is when you feed a round into the rifle off of these systems, you will get a bit of a scar on the bearing surface. Better or worse, depending on how well this is lined up at the time that it's feeding. We've been doing some testing and found that the BX15s seem to be pretty bad with that, the BX25s as well. The BX1 style, the 10-shot magazines, when you put those up into the rifle, they have much less wiggle, but they do still have a little bit of wiggle in them. Let me see if I can simulate that here. So pushing down and up, you can see it moving a little bit. So less wiggle, but definitely some still. As you can see, I have literally dozens that I have tested. All the 1022s that I have, I usually have 4 to 5 10-shot magazines per 1022, so I have quite a few that I can test with. So how do we fix that? That's really what Elfster was working towards, and it's one of the reasons that I've been in contact with him was a particular solution that I too am working on, and that is a single-shot loading tray system for the Ruger Precision Rimfire. Now, how did I get here? I want to take a couple steps back and kind of talk about how 47 Products got started. So a couple of years ago, I was sitting on my back patio, actually had a whiskey in hand thinking, boy, somebody ought to come up with a single-shot loading solution for the 1022 and the Ruger American Rimfire. It was previous to the Ruger Precision Rimfire being released. I thought, boy, somebody ought to somebody, and then I realized that night, maybe I'm that somebody. I have some design experience, I have 3D printing experience. How difficult can it be, right? Well, it's pretty darn difficult. Getting the general size of a magazine is pretty easy. A couple calipers and writing down some basics. Size dimensions and whatnot. It's pretty easy to get the general concept, but really getting it to lock up into the rifle turned out to be a lot harder than what I thought. And from talking to some people, they said, well, we've already got something that locks up into the rifle. What if we just replaced the feed lips? And so that's what I did. I came up with a solution that replaced the feed lips, and that solution I call the louse lips tray. Now, this particular one you have in front of you here is actually specific to a design for the Ruger Precision Rimfire, but the original louse lips tray, I actually have one here that's not inserted. This is available on the website right now, and again, all it does is it replaces the metal feed lips. You just simply unscrew this, take the guts out of the magazine, put this in place of those feed lips, and then at that point you have a single-shot loading solution. Once I had that in place, I had everything I needed as far as the angles to feed well. I knew how that worked, and then I was able to take that and put that onto my magazine replacement. And so that's what we have here is the Mallrat sled. Now, Elfster, something of note. When you shoot this thing after a while, you can see you get a bit of a buildup on the front. So you don't need a front and back marker. You can just look at where the buildup of powder burn is, and at that point you know which way it goes into the rifle. So that's what these are. Now let me show you another one here. This is one of my originals. This one is actually before I even went to market. You can see version 2.14. This particular one I've been shooting. It would not surprise me if it was well over 10,000 rounds across this particular Mallrat sled. Still locks up fine. Everything is good as far as the pins. This thing has seen, like I said, quite a few rounds across it. And I have went with a toothbrush and cleaned this off time and time again, but you can see it does get a little dirty. And yes, I shoot off of pink. The reasoning behind that is when I'm out at the range and people see this weird pink thing hanging off the bottom of my rifle, they ask me what that is, and it's a bit of marketing for me. So that's why I like to shoot off of pink. So that was the original solution. I had something that went into an original magazine. Again, some people didn't like that little bit of plastic hanging out the bottom. Some people didn't like the idea of a 3D printed case. They wanted the injection molded case, and they wanted something that was going to sit down in. They wanted the metal pins for locking up. I said, no problem. So I went to market with the Louse Lips tray and the Mall Rat sled. So how did we get to where Elfster is contacting me? Well, that's this rifle we have in front of us here. Ruger Precision Rimfire. When this originally came out, I had really good reviews about how it worked with the original Mall Rat sled. I had quite a few people that said this is perfect, it works great in it, and I really didn't hear a whole lot back. And then sometime around, I think it was April of 2018, the people that I was sending these out to, someone would say, hey, this is not feeding well. I'm having issues where the round is nosediving, or it's catching really hard, and we're seeing some deformation of the bullet. And from doing some research, I went ahead and I actually, at the time, didn't even own a Ruger Precision Rimfire, so I went ahead and I purchased one. Amusing story, when I got mine, the rail was machined incorrectly. So the MOA that was in the rail was wrong. So I had to actually get a replacement rail for mine. Also, the cutouts here for the ejection port and for the bolt knob were on the wrong side. They were over as though it was a lefty rifle, but again, the MOA built into it was tipped in the wrong direction. So I got my Ruger Precision Rimfire. I got the rail squared away, and when I did that and I put my solution that I had up into the rifle, it locked up okay, but you can see, there you are, that wiggle. Same as what we're seeing in the BX-15s. So I went back to the drawing board. I said, all right, I need a solution that's specific to these Ruger Precision Rimfires, and that's when I came out with this. After many iterations, I finally got a solution that I felt worked really well, and put that up into the rifle. Yeah, as Elfster said, it does fit very tight. Does it have a little wiggle in it? Yeah, just a tad. You can see I can pull it down and push it up. There is just a little bit of wiggle that's in it, but not bad at all. How does it work when it comes to feeding? We'll go ahead and, well, I mean, Elfster did this on his video, but I'll go ahead and do it here live as well. There we go. I'm going to push on just on the back of the bolt, so that way my hand's out of the way of the bolt knob. But you can see it feeds in very well, and when you eject it, we'll take a look at it just like Elfster did. You can see that you do have a little bit of a nick there, but that nick is from the ejection. It actually catches right here as you eject it. That's what that is. But if we look at the skirt has no abrasion on it, so the bearing surface there is perfectly clean. So, great solution. Why haven't I brought it to market? Well, honestly, I want more testers, and I want good testers. What does that mean? Well, I want somebody to go to the range to actually use this. If they have any sort of hiccups, any sort of problems, I need them to be reported in a sense of, okay, where on the bullet are you seeing a mark? At what position? 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock? Where was it that you're having that problem? Did you try and push it back up into the rifle more firmly, so that way it's locked up all the way? When was your rifle purchased? That's one of the interesting things. As I said, when this rifle originally came out, it seemed to work great with my original solution. But as time went on, I don't know if they just had some issues with their tooling or what it was, but we ended up seeing some problems. I have a gentleman that I just talked to this week who was having that same lockup issue with his BX-15s that Elfster and I were talking about. He actually got in contact with Ruger, sent the rifle back to them. They replaced the chassis for his gun, and now he no longer is seeing that front and back wiggle. So has Ruger changed their tooling for the chassis on their rifle? I don't know yet. Because I have so many of those unknowns, I just haven't been willing to come to market quite yet. Now, when Elfster gets out to the range, when his range isn't the frozen planet of Hoth, and he gets me some feedback. That gentleman that had the replaced chassis, I went ahead and sent him out one of these beta magazines as well. I've got a couple more of them out there. When I'm able to actually get out to the range, I'm in northern Ohio too, and it's either been raining or frozen here, so I haven't been able to get out to the range either. Once I get up to the range, got some more experience, once I have some more rifles in the mix and I can tell how it's working with those solutions, then I hope to bring it to market. Honestly, I'd love to bring it out right now. I am willing, if you get in contact with me, to sell you one as a beta. When these come to market, they're probably going to be in the $35 range, $30 to $35. I haven't decided yet, because they do actually require some hand fitting on them before they can go out, whereas these do not require that attention. But if you're willing to, want to be a beta tester, hit the website and get in contact with me. Order one of these, and I will go ahead and send you one of the updated one, or one of the beta mags. If you're willing to, to take that leap with me, I'm happy to do that for you. Again, get in contact with me via social media, via my Facebook page. Again, it's 47 Products LLC on Facebook, or via my YouTube. You can also email me, mike@47products.com. I'd be happy to work with you. This is just a passion for me. This is not my day job. This doesn't, put food on the table for me and my daughters. This is just something that I love doing for the community. It's a product that I want to get out there, but I want to do it in a way that, is respectful to the community. We need to spend our money on ammo and new toys and range time, not on products that don't work for us. So I don't want a product to go out to somebody that it's not going to work for them. So if you're willing to do some testing and understand that this is a beta product, then hey, get a hold of me. I'd be happy to send it out to you. But I want you to at least acknowledge that you understand exactly where this is in the development process. So I hope this helps to get some people who are maybe new to the product and understanding of where we've been, and then also where we're headed. If you have any questions about 47 Products, head over to the website, 47products.com. The history of the story of why is it called 47 Products is out there. The history of the names of the Mall Rat sled or the Louse Lips tray, where those come from. I kind of told you the story on the No Excuses sled as well. But it's all out there on the website. I love the community. Really love hearing from you all. So feel free to reach out to me. But do know that this is it's not my day job. So if you don't hear from me for a day or two, well, my day job may be keeping me busy. I do need to focus on that. I have a fantastic company that I work for, and definitely want to be respectful of their time and their investment in me. So I do treat this as a bit of a secondary, but it is a passion for me. So I do spend at least an hour or so each night trying to stay up with the social media and stay up with the emails. So again, thank you all so much. I hope that this video has answered some questions, both for Elfster and how you know which way it goes into the rifle, and then also the history behind the project itself. Thanks so much, and like I said, enjoy hearing from all of you. And I do expect to have this product out the door, if not yet in February, maybe early March. Thanks again. Have a great day.